The root of the word disciple means to learn. Then, when a person becomes a disciple, it means he is ready to learn. It looks like there are no difference between a student and a disciple, but the difference is great. To be a student is a process of learning. To be a disciple is a process of unlearning. The disciple has to learn how to unlearn. The disciple must also learn what he has learned from his master. In other words, the disciple has to unlearn each moment to be free, for the next moment to learn again. It is said, the children learning very fast. They learn very fast, because their mind is empty, and they have no power. More a person grows in age, more difficult becomes to learn and hearing, because the child is hearing, and the grown-up person is listening. For a grown-up person, it is difficult hearing, because when he is hearing, his mind starts to think very fast, and the thinking process discovers all other things. A child can learn through hearing. A grown-up person can only learn through listening. To grow in age is not to grow psychologically. It's not too easy to find an adult man with a psychological age greater than 14 years old. The psychologists discovered it during the Second World War. The psychologists analyzed all the soldiers and discovered the psychological average age. Then, what is the difference between hearing and listening? The difference between the two in the dictionary is: hearing is an involuntary act, where you simply receive vibration through your ears. Listening is a skill that lets the sound you hear go through your brain to process the meaning of it. When we are with a master, we should hearing the master and not listen to him. Hearing is a feminine quality. Listening is a male quality. This is why the best disciples are always been women. When we go to a master, we hearing him, but we should not judge what he says. First, in the moment we judge, we stop hearing and start to listen. Second, we live in darkness, and the master is living in light. Hearing is also a meditation technique. It is so beautiful to learn how to hearing. Just go to the forest, sit, and hearing all the sound around you. No focus, just doing nothing. Enjoy the best music in the world, the sound of nature. In the forest, all the plants, animals, insects are living in awareness. And then, for us, it will be easier to hearing. Just flow with the same energy. When we grow up, we start to lose our capacity to hearing in a conscious way. Hearing everything is happening in a conscious way is awareness. To learn how to listen again, a master can be of great help. This is the meaning of the parable of Jesus to heal the deaf man. Jesus is not a doctor, Jesus is a master. When Jesus tells his parables, they always refer to the inner world, never to the outside world. When we interpret the Jesus parables with a psychological meaning, the parables are so significant. A person who interprets Jesus in the right way can really grow in psychological. Jesus did not cure the physical ears, but the psychological ears. Jesus teaches disciples how to hearing. This is the meaning of the Jesus parable, is the deaf man. Another difference is hearing a master and reading a master. If it's possible, we should always hearing a master and not reading what he says. In the past, the word of master was never right, and the master never write anything. The Gospel was right around 50 years after the Jesus death. the Sutras of Buddha was written after his death. This is because it's very different to hear and to read, and also because when a master dies, his word dies with him. It's already difficult to understand a master when he is alive. When he is dead, it's almost impossible. Reading is very similar to listen. Like listening, reading is a male quality, is aggressive. We must concentrate to the maximum when we read. Concentration is good for learning culture or scientific things, but not for understanding a master. When we start to read in a book of a master, we interpret him. The problem is how is interpreted the word we are reading. We are usually reading and interpreting the word we read according to our experience or knowledge. Then the things we are reading have our own meaning. In a way, the things we are reading are right by us. We can understand the word of a master only in according to our psychological life. For this, we can read the spiritual books again and again. Because if we are growing psychologically, the same sentence we had read before will have a different meaning depending on the period we read it. If we read a spiritual book again and again, and we always give it the same meaning, it means we are stuck. We are not growing psychologically. Unfortunately, reading the secret reading does not involve a psychological growth. If we read, only our knowledge will grow, but we will not grow psychologically. Unfortunately, the more knowledge we have, the more our mind is full of thought. So having an original thought will be more difficult. Knowledge is not knowing. Knowing is achieved only through experience. Water is not water. This means the word water is not water. If we are thirsty, we can repeat the word water, but our thirsty will not disappear. The thirst will disappear only when we will drink water. We are so conditioned with words. Growing up, we will no longer be able to see the things we are looking at, but we will only be able to give its name. When we see a rose, in the same time, we give a name to it in our mind. And when we name the rose, all the beauty of the rose vanishes. The rose is no more alive, thus becomes a name inside us. It is only men who use words, or other beings using names. When a baby is born, he does not use words, but only names. When he sees a rose, and later he wants to think about the rose, the image of the rose will appear in his mind. A man uses image only during the dream, when he is sleeping. For this, dreams are used to understand a person's psychology. The conscious mind uses words, the unconscious mind uses image. To grow psychological, the unconscious mind is very important. Only during our dream, we are in contact with our unconscious mind. Remembering our dream is very important. A healthy mind does not use words, but image. Thank you for listening.